Something I've not said before, which I want to say here today in Appleton, is that I think it is time we start discussing a flexible timetable. When people in America and in Afghanistan and around the world can see that where we intend and when we intend to bring our troops out. It probably would be marginally better if we stayed there forever from the point of view of just the capacity of the Afghan troops. But is that worth putting us in a position where I think we're increasing, unintentionally, but increasing the extremism and increasing the resentment toward the United States? Any reading of Afghan history tells you that these folks don't like foreigners in their country. And I like to say, for example, if we had been taken over, let's say, by the Nazis, and the Chinese came and saved us, we wouldn't have been happy having the Chinese hanging around for 15, 20 years. Most people like to have their own country, and the Afghans are no exception. So the idea of an open-ended commitment with no vision of when it will end is a problem. Again, I'm suggesting a flexible timetable that can be changed, but a vision, a public vision of what we might intend and when we intend it. Now, my friend, well, I get along with Richard Holbrooke, I have enormous respect for him, said his answer as to when we get out of there is, we'll know it when we see it. That's not good enough for me, and it's not going to be good enough for Wisconsin people. I do not believe the goals have been clearly stated. In fact, after the election this year, I called a whole bunch of former generals and admirals and experts, and I said, what are the goals in Afghanistan? I got completely different answers from everybody. And that started my suspicions that this is sort of, we're there, so we got to keep doing it. And I would hope the President would listen a little bit less to those calling for more troops and a little more to those who know Afghanistan and know that, in fact, this strategy is not likely to succeed, to have a big troop buildup. And the answer to Afghanistan's future has to do with the whole region. You know, one of the things that really makes the Pakistanis nervous about Afghanistan is they believe that the Indians are coalescing with the Afghans to bring down the Pakistani government. Our not being in there propping up the Afghan government in a way that can make the Pakistanis nervous is one step toward trying to get all the countries in the region to say it's all in all of our interest to try to stop these extremists. You need Russia involved in this, you need China involved, you need Iran, you need Pakistan, you need India, you need Afghanistan. All of these countries are threatened by this terrorist movement. So we have to stop having our thinking being just based on one country. I like to call it a stovepipe kind of way of thinking. Anything that has to do with Pakistan always relates to India. And so when you look at Afghanistan, people in that region don't think so much about Al-Qaeda. They think about, who does this help, Pakistan or India? So that's the way we have to look at the region. And our troop presence doesn't really track, and increasing the troops dramatically in Afghanistan does not really track that way of thinking about the region. It's just, let's put more troops in and see what we can do without clear goals at all.